So, my name's Sarah, and for my 16th, I would like to mark a milestone in my life, and that is my journey to recovery. And I'd like to start off by saying that you are not alone. And I know it gets said all the time, but time is the best healer, and things eventually do get better. And the way I see my life is, instead of focusing on all the shit things that happen every day, why don't I just be grateful that the sun rose? It's appreciation. So, I was born in April 2004, and to be honest, my childhood sucked. I was brought up in an abusive home where I didn't know any different growing up. I was abused myself. I saw a lot of things that I shouldn't have at a young age. And overall, the way I see it is that I was pretty much neglected. Growing up was really hard for me in school because I always felt like the odd one out. I was having panic attacks in school, but I didn't really know the meaning of all of it. I didn't know what was going on. I think overall I was quite a bright kid. I liked doing artwork, but there were a lot of underlying problems that no one could see. And I think the most important thing that people need to know is with child abuse, working in schools and people working in the health and social care units, people need to know the signs. You could walk past a child who is getting abused in the street at any moment. And it is about knowing the signs. And sometimes it's not always blatantly obvious. So after primary school, I went up to secondary school, where in the first couple of days I lost my friends because they found new ones and I didn't fit in. And I think the first 2 years were alright, they weren't that bad. I found a friend called Erin, and to put it quite blatantly, we were both little shits. But then Erin moved away, so I had no one. So I went to a few friends I knew from outside of school in the year above, and everyone used to say to me, "What, you've got no friends in our year? Got no friends your own age?" And that would get me down because I just didn't know how to make friends. I found it really difficult to talk to people. And this is when all the bullying started. People used to call me names, take the mick out of where I came from. Some people might find this funny, but massive fuck you to everyone out there that did all of this. You know who you are if you've ever to watch this. I used to get comments saying that I look like a packy, that I look like I make good curry, and people would think, oh, that's a bit of a joke when you're getting called that every day and then everyone knows you for that. It's not nice. It's nasty. And then people started seeing the cuts on my wrists when I was getting changed in PE, so they all started calling me an attention seeker. I used to get people coming in my face, putting their arms up in front of me and pretending to slit their wrists, going cut, cut, cut. Kids are cruel. School is hard. And if you're in school struggling with that kind of thing, you're not alone. Because I know myself, that is hard. No one deserves to ever be scared to go to school. Because school's an opportunity that every kid should have. So, it come to when I was 13, and I went to the doctor. And they ended up putting me on fluoxetine, which is a form of antidepressant. And I was on that for about a year, with the bullying still going on. And then I started turning to drugs and alcohol. And I feel like at this point in my life, I'd let everyone down. I felt like I was the family disappointment. I used to get police coming to my house all the time. And I felt disappointed with myself. It's not that part of the problem was that I was being bullied, but then I became the bully. Only for one person, and that was myself. And I would never, ever want any kid to feel that kind of pain, because it's a lot. When I was 14, I tried to take my own life for the first time. I was in hospital after taking an overdose. And I was sitting there with a tube in my arm, with my dad next to me. And now I look at it, I remember that kind of heartbroken look in his eyes, which I feel terrible about to this day. And it was shit. Everything going on. I didn't know what to do. I was so lost. I was heartbroken because of boyfriends, controlling boyfriends. I was confused. I didn't know who I was. I've never had time in my childhood to find who I was, what I liked. I didn't know. And this is all kind of about the journey I'm on now, is recovering from all the traumas in my life. Recovering from all the sad things. Trying to fix myself. Becoming a better person. Finding who I am, what I enjoy. What do I like doing? Because I'm curious. And until I try, I'll never know. And that goes for all of you. Always try to push yourself that one little extra step forward. So, growing up, I never really had a safe person. My mum weren't there for me. My dad was always going away to different countries for work, so I didn't really know what it was like to be loved. And I then went on to get that kind of love from my nan. And I felt settled with her. I lived with her for a year. And that might not seem like a long time to everyone else, but for me, those were the best 12 months of my life. That was me really starting to see something in myself. I actually learnt basic things you should have learnt growing up, like basic manners, how to properly wash up, cleaning, how to cope with things. Becoming an adult was how I can put it, how she taught me things. And then I dropped out of school for a year to do drugs. Idiot, I know. And just when I was about to get myself back into school, she died. So here I was, going through the grieving process. And the way I see it is, say this is your grief, that little point there. Your grief doesn't get any smaller at all. Your grief stays the same, but you grow around it as a person. And it doesn't get easier, but you learn to manage it. So I went back into school, and I found it really hard at first, but I tried. And then at one point, that was it. Put it all on the table, I gave up. That was it. No hope for me. But then I started working hard, and I remembered I kind of have that little voice on my shoulder, little angel right there, saying, you can do it. It's going to be hard, but take each day as it comes. You've got to be grateful that each day isn't given. You don't know if the sun's going to rise tomorrow. So every morning I just think, the sun's rose today, it's a new day, it's a new start. Yesterday's gone, yesterday's happened. we're moving on, we're moving forward. And that's how I want to put life into perspective. I just wish other girls and boys, for all means, could see it from my point of view. Because it's shit. Life is shit. And I'll be honest with you. You are not alone. Compare, right? So, I had done myself a spider diagram in a bad time of crisis. And I've put I'm fine in a bubble. And around it, I've put I'm confused. It's too much. I'm lonely. I feel used. I feel like screaming. Relapsing. Isolation. I'm sad. And then I sat down with someone who's really close to my heart. I'm not going to name a name for their own reasons. And she sat me down and she got me to make a list of all the little troubles in my life. And then we ruled out some of them. Realised some things are normal, some things are life. So I wrote underneath it, I went, fuck it all, be happy, you should love yourself. It's alright. And then I went back again, I wrote, it's always my fault, I mess everything up. Underneath it. Never mind, it's okay. Life is okay. I should be proud of myself. And you should be proud of yourself too. So I wrote another spider diagram. So I've put a little stick person. That's me. I put my name above it. And I want you to try, before you go to bed, wherever you are, just think of 5 good things about yourself. So I tried. I put my life into another perspective of someone else. So I wrote, oh, I'm a good sister because I do care about my siblings with all my heart. And it's the things that you don't think about. You need to give yourself more credit than you do. That I've achieved in life. I love helping others. I always have good intentions, even though sometimes things go a bit tits up. And I think I'm independent. I think I've got morals. And after everything my life has endured, I think I am a strong girl. And I want to do well. I wrote that I love myself. And you should appreciate the things you do for yourself. And that you are who you are. And that you should be proud. And I just hope by making this video, even if it's just one person that I can make feel like they're not by themselves, they're not the only one, that even that, just from this one video, that will make my heart that little bit more happier. Because we're all in this together. We're all battling with the constant voices in our head every single day. And that's tough. But I think we're all going to grow into strong people. And let's not dwell on what happened. Because it's okay.